Hello, my name is Jean Béliveau, and it is the 28th of June 2026. And I have this script for you about Alliance Harmonia. And the title of this script is The Path of Mastery, Becoming a Sage. Since the beginning of this series, we have explored the essential foundations of human civilization, human dignity and consciousness, and freedom of thought, dialogue among differences, and responsibility in the face of wrongdoing. Today, we address a more demanding question, a question directly related to human leadership. How does a person become wise? And more importantly, how can a society recognize wisdom without falling into arbitrariness or domination? Within Alliance Harmonia, we call this the path of mastery. But one thing must be made clear from the beginning: mastery is not a fixed title. It is not a permanent identity. It is not superiority over others. Mastery is a function, a responsibility, and this responsibility must always be earned over time. Now, firstly, mastery as a progression, not status. Um, in many human systems, power becomes a permanent status. Once granted, it is rarely questioned. This creates imbalance and sometimes abuse. In the vision of Alliance Harmonia, mastery is different. It is progressive. It is evolving. It can be earned and it can be lost. Wisdom is declared. No, that is, wisdom is not declared. It is demonstrated. And secondly, time as the essential criterion. A single action, a single action, is not enough to define a master. Neither is a single brilliant idea. Not a single achievement either. The essential factor is time, consistency, the coherent, the coherence of actions over years. It is through time that we observe maturity. It is through time that we see whether a person can listen without dominating, guide without controlling, correct without humiliating, learn without arrogance. Now, thirdly, service before status. In this model, a sage is not someone above others. A sage is someone who serves. They serve understanding, they serve the community, and they serve for they serve dialogue. The the moment a person uses mastery to dominate others, they move away from wisdom. Collective evaluation of leadership. Alliance Harmonia proposes a simple principle. Leadership recognition cannot be individual alone. It must be collective. It rests on two poles, the community and the teaching and guidance and leadership guidance. This dual structure prevents two dangers: individual abuse of authority and irrational rejection of competence. Leadership becomes a balanced recognition process in this way. The reversibility of the sage role. A key principle of the path of mastery is this: no spiritual authority is irreversible. A guide may be recognized, but must remain accountable over time. If a person drifts away from their responsibilities, their role can be removed. They may return to a learning stage. They may be reassessed. This is not a punishment, it is protection for the community and for the individual. And now for the sixth stage, well, the sixth, stage. Well, we're talking about the stages of the path of mastery. Within Alliance Harmonia, we propose symbolic progression. There are five. Symbolic progressions, and the first one is a seeker. When you are a seeker, that is one who explores ideas. And secondly, there is the practitioner, one who applies principles. And thirdly, there is the disciple, one who commits to disciplined growth. And fourthly, recognized guide, one who demonstrates the ability to help others. And the fifth stage is master, sage, one who embodies long-term stability, responsibility, and service. Each stage requires time, evaluation, and coherence. Humility as a fundamental condition. There is no wisdom without humility, because humility recognizes a fundamental truth. We can always be wrong. Even teachers, even guides, even recognized leaders, wisdom begins where ego no longer dominates truth. And for the eighth stage, the ultimate purpose serving humanity. Yes, the ultimate purpose is always to serve humanity. The purpose of mastery is not to create an elite. It is to create higher responsibility, greater ability must correspond to greater responsibility, not privilege. The sage is not above others. The sage is in service. And the conclusion of all this is that the path of mastery is demanding. It requires time, it requires consistency, it requires humility, and above all, it requires a real commitment to human beings. Because within Alliance Harmonia, wisdom is never a position. It is a living service. And this service can only exist through responsibility, transparency, and time. And thank you very much, and good night to all.